Hi everyone, today I'm here with a new book discussion about rereading books forever, basically the idea of rereading books throughout the rest of my life, which of course sounds fantastic. It's definitely something which I would like to do. This was an amazing discussion started by One Book One Review, and I will link her channel down below in the description so you can go and subscribe if you haven't already. In this particular discussion she was talking about the fact that her dad has been rereading the Lord of the Rings series throughout his entire life, and basically she's grown up with him rereading these books again and again. She was thinking about what books she would be rereading throughout the rest of her life, and I just thought it would be great to make my own version of this discussion and talk about the books that I personally would love to reread. I'm just going to start off by saying that I absolutely love rereading books. I think it's great to relive amazing memories and moments and experiences, and I just think it's such a positive thing to do. I think it's great also to learn new things. Even though you've read the book before, I always pick up on new things when I reread books, and because of this I sometimes enjoy the book even more. However, because I'm at school right now and I tend to have a restricted reading time because of this, in general, I don't reread a lot of books, which is definitely a shame. I definitely put more time to reading new books, but I would like to start rereading books more and more because I have so many amazing books that I've read already in my life. So now let's talk about some of the books which I definitely will plan to reread at some point again in my life. The first one is a very emotional one, but it's definitely one that I would like to read again. It's The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and since this is a very short book, I can imagine that I'm going to reread this numerous times in my life. I just love it so much. Emotional, but exactly what I love in a book. It's just fantastic. I think it's also very likely that I'll be rereading a childhood favourite in my life, which is of course Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. I think I will definitely be rereading this throughout my life. It's an amazing series, I love it. Another one which I'd like to reread, and actually imagine rereading so many times over the course of my life, would be The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, because I love this book. I really think also I would like to read it in Spanish, so that would be an extra challenge on top of everything else, and that would just be fantastic. It'd be like rereading a book but actually reading it for the first time in its original language. I think that would be a very good challenge. Another book which I think I'm going to read numerous times in my life would be Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck, because I read this for GCSE, and since then I've really loved this book. I fell in love with it because I love the idea, and I think the characters are really good as well, and it's just a tiny book, everyone. I will definitely want to reread it. One that I think everyone's going to expect me to reread is The Hunger Games, and I know I will reread this. I know it's a young adult book, and people might think, why would you want to reread this when you're like 80 years old? But I'm sorry, I will be reading it when I'm 80 because I love it so much. It's a book that really got me back into reading. It really introduced me to YA dystopia and dystopia in general. It's perfect. I love it, and I will reread this with pride throughout the rest of my life. The penultimate book which I'm going to show today is The Kite Runner. This is one that I am very certain that I will reread again throughout my life, and I'm going to read it numerous times because Khaled Hosseini is such a talented writer. He's one of my favourite adult writers. I'm hoping that he will maybe release some more books in the future, but I will definitely reread this one and his other two as well. Finally, how can I not forget to mention The Great Gatsby, another one which I'm going to be rereading forever because I love it so much. It's a great classic. I love the message, just love everything about it, and I know I'm going to want to reread it. So everyone, those are some of the books which I plan to reread again numerous times in my life, the books that I would like to reread forever. Please let me know down below in the comments what you'd like to reread throughout the rest of your life, and also don't forget to tell me your general opinion on rereading books as well, because I'd be interested to know. I know a lot of people really do love rereading books, but if you don't, that would equally be very exciting to hear your opinions. But until next time everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to One Book One Review for starting this discussion, but until next time, thank you and see you all again later.